Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome, and if you're a new subscriber, you're most welcome to the family. Thank you for joining us today. And as our last video, we had said that we're going to talk about the demise of the Hutus. Where are the Hutus of Rwanda? So remember, the Hutus are the natives of Rwanda, and the Tutsis were welcomed by the Hutus and they gave them land to settle. But today we decided to look at the background as to why there is fighting in Congo between the Rwandese and the Congolese army. So these people have been masking all from the beginning that they are fighting for recognition in Congo, but history has it differently. So today let's look at Congo and Rwanda wars and see where it started, who brought it, and how it came about. So join me and let's enjoy the ride. As we know, in the early 2005, fighting between Congolese security forces and military groups led by M23 escalated largely, which led to M23 capture of Goma. Rwanda, the primary backer of the M23 armed group, supported its offensive in eastern DRC with 3,000 to 4,000 ground troops, you can imagine. Many were killed, many were displaced, and others fled to refugee camps and the neighboring countries. Between 9,000 and 2,000 people were killed in the offensive on Goma. M23 is the latest in essence of Rwanda-backed militant groups that have been vying for territory and valuable natural resources in the Eastern Congo since the late 1990s. Remember, those people are saying that they are fighting for recognition since the colonial master had separated them. But here they are telling us that these people have been vying for territory and valuable natural resources in the Eastern Congo since the late 1990s. So let's look at the background. Let's go back in 1990s and see what really happened, what really aspired to these fightings that we are having right now in Congo. When I did my research, history has it that since 1996, conflicts in the Eastern DRC has led to approximately 6 million deaths. The first Congo War of 1996 to 1997 began in the wake of the 1994 Rwandan genocide, during which Hutu extremists were killed, and estimated 1 million minority ethnic Tutsis in Rwanda. But remember, these Tutsi tribe people who died were killed by its own blood, a plan brought by a Tutsi tribe leader in order to claim power from the Hutus who were ruling at the moment. Nearly 2 million Hutu refugees lost the Congolese border, mostly settling in refugee camps in the North Kivu and South Kivu provinces. Remember, these provinces are at the border of Rwanda and Congo, but they are in Congo, but they are at the border. A small subset of those Rwandese who entered DRC were Hutu extremists who felt cheated by the Tutsis, of course, and began organizing militias within Congo. Remember, I would say that these grounds which they settled on are at the border. So most of the people who ran were Hutu extremists, and they started organizing militias at the border of Congo and Rwanda. They started organizing militias because they felt cheated and they wanted the revenge on the Tutsis in Rwanda. Remember, the Tutsis are the people who killed themselves because they wanted to take power from the Hutus, and the Hutus took the blame that they are the ones who have butchered the Tutsis in the genocide era, because the Hutus thought it is the Tutsis who had killed their president in a plane crash. So when they were chased out of Rwanda, they settled on the border of Congo, Kivu, and North Kivu, and they started organizing militias there. So when people were migrating from Rwanda due to the genocide, there are some Tutsis who migrated from Rwanda as refugee seekers. Yet they were spies from the rebel group that was carrying out the genocide in Rwanda. So pressure intensified, and the Tutsi militia organized against the Hutu group. The Tutsi militia, those who pretended like they were escaping from genocide and they entered Congo, organized against the Hutu groups, because remember, the Hutus had also organized militias. So they organized against the Hutu groups. Both of these groups or tribes are doing this in Congo. They started fighting each other in Congo during or after the genocide. During or after the genocide time there. So they started fighting each other in Congo. And this is not happening in Rwanda. This is happening in Congo. So following the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF victory government against the genocidal Rwanda government, the new Tutsi-led government began its involvement in the DRC. So when the Rwandese won the genocidal government that they claim that it was a genocide government, yet it was them killing themselves, when they heard that there was fighting in Congo between the Hutus and the Tutsi militia, they began their involvement in Congo. They started to follow the affairs in Congo because their people were fighting in Congo. They were fighting themselves. This is the first time when Rwanda government started snooping in DRC after the genocide they created. It brought them to another matter to handle, and that was Congo. They started taking interest in Congo. Rwandan group under the leadership of Kagame himself, who was a prime minister but had power to decide more than the picture president at that time, Bizimungu. So remember, Kagame took power started becoming a president in 2000. So by this time, he was a prime minister, but he was the acting prime minister because there was a Hutu president who was Bizimungu, but Bizimungu was just a picture, and Kagame had all the mighty power to order around. So he was established by Kagame as an alibi to deny the fact that the Tutsis murdered their own tribe in the genocide over the need to rule, and the Congo-based Tutsi militia, with Rwanda backing them, they launched an invasion on Congo, which was ruled at the time by the dictator Mobutu Sese Seko. Quote here, Kigali, the reason why the Rwanda backed up the Tutsis in Congo, Kigali justified both efforts by arguing that Hutu groups in eastern DRC were still a threat to their Tutsi population. You can imagine. So when he went to attack Congo, or when he backed up the Tutsis in Congo, he had this to give that the Hutu group in DRC were still a threat to their Tutsi population, and that Mobutu's regime was harboring Hutu extremists who had fled across the borders. So remember, these Hutus fled to exile. They fled to exile from the Tutsis who were claiming that the Hutu are murdering Tutsis. So they fled to exile. More than 2 million people fled to exile. So now Rwanda is bringing a war on Congo, saying that Congo is harboring these people who are a threat to the Tutsi people. So the reason they are giving that Congo is harboring these people, the militias, and they are a threat to what? To Rwanda. So now Rwanda is attacking Congo for the first time, with a reason saying that Congo is harboring the Hutus. So this excuse they gave in the first is not different from today's attack, where the Tutsis justifies that they are not being recognized in Congo. These people always create a heading for their attack, which is nothing but a kumbaya, of course. This was the first war Rwanda waged on Congo, with the help of other African states, most significantly Uganda, of course. So Uganda is a country that has been ruled by a Tutsi foreigner, a Rwandese, for more than 4 decades now. So Uganda has also been creating atrocities on Congo and its people for resources like gold and diamonds. So these two countries, Uganda and Rwanda, because they are all being led by a Tutsi, they've been doing crimes in Congo just to disguise. They are disguising it with the fact that they are fighting for their recognition in Congo. And so when Uganda came in, when Rwanda was attacking Congo, Angola and Burundi came to the party too. They joined with these countries to fight Congo, saying that Mobutu Sese Seko is harboring the Hutu militia in Congo, and these Hutus are a threat to the Rwandese Tutsi population. So here the history tells us that, of course, Rwandan coalition's invasion was coordinated with the help of a Congo's then opposition leader, Laurent Kabila. So Laurent Kabila was with the Rwandese when they were attacking Congo, because Laurent Kabila is a Congolese who wanted power, who wanted to take over Congo. So history has that thousands died. Some casualties were former Hutu militants and members of armed groups, but many were refugees and non-combatant Congolese in North and South Kivu in Eastern DRC. Methods of warfare were extremely brutal, most especially those employed by the Rwandan soldiers and Tutsi group. They were so brutal because for them their aim was actually not to fight Congo, but to wipe out the Hutus who had escaped to Congo. But in doing so, that means you're bringing war to Congo or on Congo. You're serving them. So these people went and murdered the Hutus who were in Congo. Kids, children, women, men, youths, and they're telling us that the methods that were used, they are extremely brutal. These Tutsi tribe people. So when Mobutu fled Kinshasa, the Kabila-Kagame coalition won the first Congo War in 1997. Kabila was installed as a president of Zaire and later changed the country's name back to the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the end of today's video. Join me in the second part of this video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This video was sponsored by Olga Beauty Natural Hair Salon. It is a hair salon for all hair types to grow your hair. It's for all hair type. And do you have alopecia, redundant growth, split ends? Please use Olga Beauty Natural Hair Salon. Just call them and press your order. Thank you for watching. I love you. See you in the next part of this video. Bye.